Well, hello everybody, and welcome to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And yeah, I worked on this messy corner today and got things sorted out. I got the metal stocked up against the wall temporarily and some wood stocked up against the wall temporarily. That'll all be coming out of there because, like I said, my big DeWalt chop saw would be going right here. And those buckets, that's all my prospecting and gold panning and all that kind of stuff is all in a pile right there for right now. But that's going to be going out of there also. Here's the DeWalt. And that'll be moving down into this set of cabinets right here. And as you can see, I've got some of my older metal detectors leaning up here. And I'll be replacing those, putting them on hangers that I think I'll hang from the 2x4 brace right there, and I'll put another one over here, and then I'll put some of those bicycle hooks things in there, and then I can hang my units there. Anybody who's into roofing would like to buy this metal roofing equipment. This is a big bender brake. This is a small bender brake, and they both work off the same base. You step on, that's one pedal that flops down the other way, and this is the other pedal for here. And I don't know if I can get in there and do anything, but yeah, there. Okay, and this is the spacers for putting down the wood battens under the metal roof. Those 2 feet right there go with that big shear right there. That's a metal shear for cutting the metal roofing. Now this thing was only used twice, and that was the last roofing that I did. So anybody interested in buying this thing, it was quite expensive. I think the whole thing ended up costing me like $1,800 and change. Let me see if I'm correct on that. Yeah, actually it was about $1,000, $1,200 is what I see. So this is the handle for the big bender brake. That's for doing the lengthwise pieces, and these are the ones that the metal pieces come in like 4-foot or 5-foot long pieces, and it looks like regular shingles. They got them that look like clay shingles. They have them look like stone shingles, but they're all metal, and they're a lifetime roof. You put them on your house and live with it for the rest of your life. But that's all going to get, I got to get that out of here. I don't use it anymore. I'll make somebody a really good deal on it. So if you're interested, leave me a message down below in the comments. And while I'm talking about that kind of stuff, don't forget, while you're down there, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It's still free to subscribe. Absolutely 100% free. And it will not cause you any distress on your computers or anything like that. Just click that subscribe button and you'll notice that nothing happens. Except the word subscribe changes color. That's about it. All right, so please hit that subscribe down there. Hit it hard. All right. So yeah, this will be my place to put all of my prospecting and gold panning equipment. So I'll be getting to doing that pretty soon. I did have a question from Humberto about portable stoves and what do I have for portable stoves. Well, while I'm in here, may as well come over this way. And this one has been around for quite a while. Upside down, of course. So this one is butane, and you lift this up and flip it over, put it back in, and then a butane canister goes in there, and then you push down on the lever, and that locks it into place, and then you turn the switch on and go all the way down and go click, 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 and it ignites this for butane. Now this is a great emergency stove, but it's not a good long-term stove. So you definitely want to have a good long-term stove. And these propane cylinders, I mean the butane cylinders, they're not that cheap. So, oh, what can you say, right? All right, so then coming over here, I have this one down here. Now this one hooks up to the 20-pound or 5-gallon propane tank, and it's a 2-burner, and that puts out a lot of flame, but it also uses a lot of propane. And of course, you can cut it way down low, but then you don't get the fast cooking that you want. But anyway, I have that one, and that one's been with me for quite a while. That one came from Harbor Freight Tools, and I've used it out on my old catering jobs when I did catering for beach parties and barbecues and things like that. Anyway, I wanted to show you that one. And then I'm going to show you my favorite one, as I promised I would to Humberto. Okay, here we go. So, this one was my original stove that I had set up on top of a temporary table countertop thing in my cabin when I was first out here building everything. And I use the heck out of it. I love it. But it's this one right here. It's full of dust sitting out here. Now these are extension hoses and stuff like that. Those don't go with it. Now this is the hose that goes with it right here. But I had one of the 20-pound tanks, like one of those down there, hooked up to this, and it's a 4-burner. Okay, so this is not electronic ignition. You have to light it with a match. But the nice thing is you have 4 burners. And this is a Koblenz. Now, you can look this up on the internet. I think I bought this from eBay. But I think Walmart actually also sells this. So you can check it on both those sites. But this is an outstanding stove. Having 4 burners is better than having 1 or 2 burners. And you can do a lot of cooking on something like this. And it's real easy to clean. These metal tops come right off, so you can clean around them and all of that. I'm going to be doing that when I get into here and do my cleaning in here. Now, along with this, when I bought this, I also bought this. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is made by Coleman. And it folds all up down into a little flat pancake thing. And this is an oven. And as you can see, I've got my oven gauge in there, and the racks that go in snap right into place. And you set this right on top of one of the burners on the stove, and you've got an oven for cooking stuff in an oven. Nice little job. So that and that went together. Now, I'll be doing an outdoor kitchen in the future when I finally get some cash flow going, and I'm going to be building my outdoor kitchen and patio. And I'll have all the stuff set up out there, and this stove I'll have actually built right into a stone countertop, and it'll go right down to where the black meets the brown metal here. I'll have that set right down inside so it doesn't move around or slide around. And then I will also be making a cover that sits down over the top of the whole thing, so it keeps it out of the weather. So that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, I just threw a bunch of camping stuff over here into these corners. And these things, I usually buy, I don't like the propane ones. I like the charcoal ones, but you can't find the charcoal ones anymore. But the nice thing about these is what I do with them is I don't cook anything in there. And on the insides of the cover here where they got these air slots, I put a piece of screen and silicone it down so it stays over the opening to keep bugs out. So there's no openings on this thing, but airflow can still get into it. And what I do is I make my beef jerky. I lay it on the upper cooking grill and also on the lower charcoal grill because they're both clean and never been burnt on. And then that allows air to flow all the way around them. And in the summer, just set that out in the sun and it stays the perfect temperature inside of there with the airflow going out of these vents at the top to make beef jerky. And I'll be showing you that down the line. But I'm also going to be building a full-size solar, not a distiller, what the heck, dehydrator. And that's in my plans yet. But other things taking precedence over all of that. So I'll get down to that down in the past. So that's what I've been doing, everybody. And I fed the dogs extra because there's supposedly a big storm coming in. And you can see it's already starting to darken up the clouds over that way. And that almost looks like there's moisture coming down over there or down there. But who knows? But you can see the big puffy clouds behind that are building in already. So this is supposed to come in later tonight. And they said the heaviest rains will be after midnight and into tomorrow. And it's supposed to get so nasty out here. We're supposed to get inches of rain, not fractions of inches of rain. So hopefully that's going to come. And I might even have some water flowing down the streams and filling my pond over there. That would be exciting. So I got my umbrellas and all of that set up and ready. So if it does come and the winds aren't too bad, because they said the winds are going to be hellacious too. If the winds aren't too bad, where it's going to give me a Mary Poppins ride with my umbrella, I'll get outside and show you the floods as they go by. All right, everybody, that's all I have for today. Pretty nice, got everything moved and cleaned out. I got the third seat from the van sitting in here out of the weather, and I'm going to find a place where I can set up a little rope and pulley thing and hoist it up like above the that spare part of wall over there. Get it up hanging from the ceiling so that it's out of the way when I don't need it, but it's easy to lower down when I do need it. And I did want to take this 10-foot step ladder down from there. I've got all kinds of stuff stored on it. It just became a storage shelf. I wanted to get that down and get that into a place where it doesn't become a storage shelf, but it's still easy to access. Problem is, my roof here, my ceiling here is 9 foot, not 10 foot, and that's a 10-foot ladder. That's why I made those brackets and put it on there. And speaking of making brackets, I set these up right here so that I can measure from hole to hole to hole to hole to hole to hole. And this is all 6 of the pipe benders that go into that hydraulic bender over there. That's a 12-ton pipe bender. And I'll be making a rack that hangs on the wall with pins coming out. And all of those will hang on pins right by the unit, so I always know where to find them. So temporarily I moved my rolling saw inside of here, but I did make these 2 shelf brackets right here today. And everybody says, what are you collecting all of those old bed rails for from the old metal beds? Well, this is one of the pieces of it, so it always comes in handy. So these will find a place and mount against the wall. I drill 3 holes in there so that it's very secure with self-drilling, self-topping screws. And then I'll be able to store lumber or metal on top of these. So I don't really have a place for them yet, but I did have those, and I figured I may as well make them up now. And then if I stumble across my spray paint, I'll clean those corners off where I welded them and spray paint them so that they don't rust up on me. But they'll be indoors anyway. So that's pretty much it. Also, another rack I'm going to be doing is from that hump right there to that hump right there. I'm going to have a piece going across. I don't know if I'm going to use wood or metal. I might use metal, which is easier. And then I'll weld some pins on it at intervals. And then all of these ropes that I have there and the ropes that I have down here will start with the smallest rope on the beginning and go up in increments. So they're all nice and neat in order. And if I need a rope, I just come in here and I go, that should do. And I grab it and head out. Then when I'm done, come back in and hang it on the hook, and it's out of the way. So I did get that redwood that was on my table up overhead here. That's got, one of these days I'm going to actually run those all through my face planer and just take a skim off of them to get the paint off of them. And then I might make something nice out of those, like a redwood tree. That's not right. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. The puppies are all playing. Papa Dog came over today, and I don't see him out there right now. I yelled at him to go home over there because I saw the pickup pulling over there, and he tucked his tail between his legs and started running off that way. But I'm not going to take another dog here. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. What's going on? So they get extra big dinners tonight because the rain is supposed to go through tomorrow morning, and they're not going to be able to get out for breakfast in the morning. So they'll all be hunkered down inside of their sheds. And then another thing I want to do is just the last thing I'm going to put on here because I'm running a little bit long. When I got up this morning, I've got a dirt road that comes into my place running along there, and I've got it gated over there so they can't come in. But somebody went the other way, and I have property on the other side also. But I saw somebody over there camping. And about 7 this morning, I was having coffee. I got up to rinse something in the sink, kitchen sink, looked out the window, and I saw them folding up their tent and getting ready to move out. So I want to go over there and check the site that they were on and see if they left any trash behind, because I can see something over there in the bushes from here. And I want to go over there, and I'll also bring my metal detector and scoop and check around to see if they dropped anything while they were there. They didn't seem to be noisy, but I did hear the dogs barking at them last night. Somewhere around midnight, I guess, is when they came in. That's everything, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. G-Bear signing off.